Okay, here we go. Maybe. So we are back for another episode of Fancy Unfiltered, and we're joined today by a special co-host because my other co-host wasn't able to make it. So we're going to let him co-host his own interview.
There we go.
Yeah, and then his wonderful wife came along as well. So we'll introduce you to all them folks. If you've ever been to karaoke anywhere in the Cullman County area, you've probably seen them. So this is Fancy's Unfiltered. So, what's happening, Justin Pace?
Not much.
And Natasha Pace
Hello.
of Justin and Natasha Pace.
Justin and Tasha. Yep. That's us.
How are y'all?
Doing good, man.
Good.
Doing good.
I'm glad y'all were able to make it out to the show.
Glad to be out here.
It's a little different tonight. I don't have my co-host in all of his glory sitting beside us. So, in an effort to not have to drag out more mics, I just let you sit in that chair, and
That'll work.
because I would have had
Perfect.
yeah.
Then I get to just look straight at her all night.
See, there you go.
Absolutely.
Worked out perfect.
Yes.
There you go. So, what y'all been up to lately?
A little bit of working. Pretty
Yeah.
much. That's what we do, working. And, I work 6 days a week normally.
So now you're 100% musically.
No. I,
So what do you do
I
during-
wish I was.
So what do you do during the day?
I work at Terry Pines Country Club on grounds maintenance.
Gotcha.
So do that 6 days a week, which Friday and Sunday are half a days, but it's still 6 days a week.
Right.
So, and then host Singo Bingo and karaoke. Singo Bingo twice a week and karaoke 3 times a week. So stay pretty busy. And she works Monday through Friday. So
How's that working out?
It's
Been
It's
forever
working,
since
yes.
I've had a Monday through Friday job.
yeah. I used to have
I'm
a day
jealous.
off during the week, and I really like that.
Yeah.
Day off during the week is good. I like Saturday and Sundays, but having a day during the week is good.
So yeah, it's a double-edged sword. Pull that just
It
a
is.
smidge closer to you. I don't want to miss none. It is nice having a day off during the week. I usually take Wednesdays off.
Mine was Wednesdays.
except for this week. Well, I worked, and then it threw me behind. That's why y'all had to wait on me to get my crap together. But we didn't start too bad late.
no.
But y'all do this for all the afternoons, so there's wires and crap that don't get fixed or
And nothing ever goes right.
ever.
Ever goes right. I mean, sometimes you'll get luck up and it's like a perfect storm, but there's something always messing up. And you think you'll have everything set up, ready to go. Because I'm real anal about stuff too.
Yeah.
No.
I agree with that. Man, if I got to be there at 7, normally I'm getting better about it now that I've gotten a routine down more than I like. But if I got to be there for a 7:00 show or something, man, I'll set up at 4:30 or something. Because I want to make sure everything's right. Because I care about it. So
Well, and the first soft launch of the Bar Music Live. Ooh, look at my new swag.
Yes.
Bar Music
I
Live.
see the hoodie. I'm like, I think I need a hoodie, David.
Yeah. Well, I got perks.
Got a toboggan the other night.
I did get a toboggan
Yeah.
the other night.
I do like boggins. My head's usually bald. It's getting a little peach fuzzy at the moment. It looks shiny at the moment, but whatever. Anyway, one of the things you'll learn before we get to the end of the night is if we ever get sidetracked on something, I usually forget where I'm going.
Oh, that's all right.
That's okay. That's me on a daily basis.
Oh, I got Tavern, the first soft opening.
Yes.
See, I made it back. I told David that I needed at least an hour to get this set up.
Right.
And, just for my own, I need an hour. And so, but the guys that do this for a living, they don't necessarily need an hour. And that night it was just Hutch and Casey.
Edwards.
Yeah, Hutch Edwards.
But
Project.
Craig.
Craig,
Craig,
that's
yeah,
it.
that's
Sorry, Craig. I got your phone number.
that's
But
right.
yeah. Anyway, so it was just them two, and they do this for a living. Craig had his keys. Hutch brought his guitar. They had the Bose thingy. They were ready to go.
Right.
So they didn't get there until like 30 minutes before go time, which is cool.
Right.
That's all they needed. I needed an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I learned that night, I'll get there and I'll get my crap done and ready. And then all I have to do is place the cameras, audio, everything, all these stupid wires, everything's ready to go. All I got to do is put the cameras there because I made the mistake. I didn't want to be in their way.
Right.
I didn't want to drag all my crap out.
Right.
And then they go, well, we were going to sit up there. It's like, my bad. So I just hung out at the bar, which twist my arm. I wouldn't hardly do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But until they got there, and then I started getting antsy because. So anyway, they started at 6 promptly, which kudos. That's what they're supposed to do.
Right.
And I was still
Getting everything ready.
Yeah, it was. But you live and you learn, and so we've done. We did that one. We did one official one with Dwayne Walker. Was that last week?
I think it was last weekend.
Mm-hmm.
This all starts
Yeah.
merging together, but that one went really well. And so we got another one this Saturday that I think is
With him again, right?
No, this Saturday is Sawdust Jukebox.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
That's right. That's right.
So, well, when y'all see this, last Saturday was Sawdust Jukebox. You should have been there.
Yeah.
Because it's take about a week to get pushed
Right.
out. Because I'm busy, I got stuff to do. It takes a lot.
I hear
So how long you been doing the karaoke and
Not really long, man.
maybe not?
About a year and a half.
Yeah.
See,
Really.
I thought you had been doing it longer than that.
No, see, we just really got back into like the music scene. Raised our kids, and when they graduated, we started getting out again. Got a 23-year-old and a 21-year-old boy, and so the youngest graduated in 22.
Yeah. 2022.
So when he graduated, we're like, man, we're going to get out and we're going to start going to concerts. We're going to get involved in music, because I was always like in a band in high school,
Right.
and into early adulthood. So we just jumped in.
Yeah.
Just jumped in. Started going, seeing
saw
bands. and
karaoke.
Went to
Called
karaoke
at
and
the tavern and
started
went.
singing, and people.
And then finally started singing again. So
Yeah.
Okay.
he's always sang. So
It just
always
so
liked
happened,
that.
after a little while, the guy that was doing it decided he didn't want to do it anymore. So I told him, hey, I'll do it, at the tavern, and they let me do it. So I told him, hey, you let me do it, and I promise you I will keep trying to get better every week.
Yeah.
I will do whatever I can to make it better. I think I've done a pretty good job. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah, we hadn't. So we've got. You said your kids was gone and grown.
the youngest still lives with us, but he's out of high school.
So I've got one that's 21 and married and gone, and then I've got one that's fixing to be 11.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Big spread.
Yeah.
So it's hard for us to get out as much as I would
Right.
like to,
Yeah.
because he plays every sport that has a ball in it,
Mm-hmm.
and so that's already
That's all you do.
and
That's it.
and then I work 60 plus a week, and then trying to do this. So it's usually work, do that, whatever, come do this, wee hours of the morning, take a nap, go do it again.
Right. Yeah.
Because you kind of, you know how it is. You gotta push it real hard to get it to do something.
Yeah.
And to catch on. And then I'm hoping that enough will catch on that then we can kind of start having some kind of a schedule of some kind.
Yes.
Right.
Right now it's just like, yep, I'll do it. Yep, I'll
Yeah.
do it. Just-
Right.
yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah. So but now you was kicking some ice and taking some names. Was it last year when y'all was doing the band and did the Goat Island?
Oh yeah, me and Case. Yeah, we're gonna be at Grumpy's and what? It's
2
on a Friday
weeks.
night in 2 or 3 weeks. March 11th. Is that right?
Maybe no. I think it's the week after that. I don't know.
Anyway,
You should.
let me
know.
look real fast while I'm talking.
Yeah.
So everybody knows.
Yeah, you can't
Promote that.
I
Yeah.
can't keep it all
So
straight.
me and Case, I love playing with him, but we're just both so busy, man. It's hard to do as much now, but it's March 21st at Grumpy's.
March 21st at Grumpy's.
Just in
It'll be the
case.
first time we played in a while. But yeah, we me and him and some other people were going to start a band, full band,
Right.
and just kind of didn't work out. And then I wanted to do like an acoustic duo kind of thing, and reached out to him. And he was like, "Yeah, we'll do it," and it just kind of started jamming. And they had that contest at Goat Island last year for, what was it called?
It was Rock the Goat.
Yeah, Rock the Goat, because it was going on during Rock the South. Yeah,
But y'all didn't sign up. But y'all got signed up.
pretty much. Yeah, got signed up for it because
Did
we
you
played.
did you do the sign?
No.
The way-
They did. Goat Island did.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
We had played a couple of times at the tavern, I guess, and then so we got signed up for that and
One.
ended up winning that.
And then y'all got to do Second Fridays.
Yeah, we played at Second Fridays last year.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully,
That
do
was
that
good.
again.
Yeah,
because
that was
a
really
lot of
good.
fun. That was a lot of fun.
See, and I think we went to 1 or 2 Second Fridays.
Sometimes it's really hot though.
It's really hot and it's really crowded.
Very crowded.
Yeah.
And there's sometimes that crowds are fine. Like when we go out and we do the bar thing, crowds are fine. I'm there to interact with the crowd and do the thing, and so the more the merrier.
Correct.
And that's why I think this weekend is going to be the first one that's like anyway. But when I'm trying to go just do my thing and
Walk.
and enjoy whatever, and
Right.
we went to of course it was our own fault, 100% our fault. We waited until I think 3 days before Christmas.
Oh.
You know where I'm going?
Yeah, I know where you're going now.
We've been there.
Yeah, so we waited like 3 days before Christmas, and finally all of our schedules aligned, and we said we need to go to Crescendo Market this year before we don't, especially this year because
Yes.
there was so much going on.
Oh yeah,
that-
they did a great job.
Well,
I mean, as far as
I was talking about social media stuff, and
That's what I'm saying.
yeah,
It went
yeah,
viral.
I had to go make sure that I was.
There we go, yeah.
But anyway, so we got there, and it was ridiculous. You could not walk,
Mhm.
and I'm super happy that kind of a crowd got brought to Cullman, and it did that well. And then some of my bestest friends had booths there, and they
Yes.
did super well. And I'm that's
Absolutely.
cool. It's awesome. I just didn't like it. It was so crowded.
Yes, it is.
We only went once. I
We
think, and
went
when we went
the
maybe,
Sunday
Yeah,
before it went viral.
Right.
And it was a Sunday afternoon, and it was hardly anybody there.
It
We
wasn't
got to
bad.
walk through everything.
yeah, it wasn't too bad.
Perfect. And then it went crazy.
So, do you think the virality of the moment brought even more
Yes,
people?
Absolutely.
Do you?
I think it probably
Absolutely.
did. I think it probably did because I think a lot of people wanted to,
From out of town.
see for themselves or something.
Whether they was going to die or not?
yeah,
Yeah.
right. Yeah,
And then it was like a beautiful Hallmark town, and that it was Christmas, and
yeah.
I mean it's perfect.
Other than it being so crowded, I mean, you'd be hard not to enjoy it if you like Christmas. I mean, it's
Yeah.
In festivals.
right.
Yeah. No, it was awesome, and I'm super glad that we have it. I do hope that in years down the road they make adjustments to some of the stuff
Yes.
and I think they have. I mean,
Yes.
Cullman's growing, and we've done so many things lately that just like with this that we was talking about before we got going, and what y'all do, and what you do. Everybody, you're going to make mistakes. You're going to learn from them, and so I think they'll be fine. But there was some things that could have been done a smidge different to make it flow a little bit better, and I'm sure somebody else has already pointed that out to them, and I'm sure they'll do it because every year it seems to have gotten
Right.
better.
Yeah.
So
And it's not a large spot to have that many people.
no,
I mean,
it's not.
They need a bigger spot.
And I'm glad that the aerial view of that park looks different now.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, we can. Yeah. Hmm. It used to have a different name other than Depot Park.
Yes.
If you did a Google aerial view of the, had a
I
little,
don't know that I ever did that.
did you not?
Probably so, but I just don't remember.
Yeah.
So you don't even know what we're talking about?
I don't think so.
Got your phone.
I know you don't even need a phone. Hang on, we're going to take a.
See, I've been missing out. Man.
It
I
was
didn't know.
okay where the fountain was. It was
Okay.
the layout of it, what it resembled.
It had a fireman's cap.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, I got to see this. I can't believe I didn't know about that.
I can't either.
I mean, that's like 13-year-old humor, man. That's right up my alley. I don't know why I wouldn't know it.
Yeah, and yeah, you can bring some of that 13-year-old humor out. This is unfiltered. We just all right. So let's go here and hang on. Let me put it where the peoples can see what we're talking about here.
Maybe they hadn't updated it.
Where I don't even see Depot Park. Where am I at? I can't see that far away.
You're asking the wrong person, man. My eyes are horrible. It's right there, is it not? Yeah.
Oh,
Looks like they've already been updated.
Oh, it's a smear now.
Mm-hmm.
It's a smear. Well, damn. I wonder if they got old photos. I bet they got rid of all of them because it was
no fair.
It was Hey, look, that looks like a Monograms Plus tent.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, y'all, if you're watching, you probably
Look at this dude over here, the blue shirt, looking in the camera.
Yeah.
That's like my uncle lives next to us. When the Google truck was going down the road, he was standing on the front porch, and he's standing there just waving at them when they went by. It was funny.
Have you ever done any of the looked into those hidden Google things? Like there's sites where they've went out and they found stuff that so it finds people that like that the Google van was going down and they're doing something stupid
before, yeah.
Or some of these aerial shots like we were looking at a minute ago that didn't show me anything because I bet they paid money to go ahead and get that scrubbed.
So.
If you took a picture, if you looked up my house right now, it would be like 3 years ago picture. Yeah. And I wanted to show you Penis Park.
I know.
And they done smeared it.
And I really wanted to see it too.
I bet it's on Facebook somewhere. Somebody's probably got a picture of it.
All right. So this, when y'all see this, I'm going to leave this part in for sure. If anybody has old aerial photos of Penis Park, send them to, you know where to send them. Just send them my way and we'll make sure he gets them.
Yeah, I really want to see it.
Yeah, it was.
Penis Park. How did I not know that? I mean,
You probably did, and just
you may have repressed it.
Somebody told me, and I just forgot about it.
Yeah, you may have repressed that memory.
Yeah.
Penis Park.
Yeah. So, where's it going? Yeah.
But yeah, I've seen those, the Google stuff like that. With, man, catch people doing some crazy shit, stuff you'd never think of. Mm-mm. And there was one, God, what was it? There was one that was like, it looked like somebody was like killing somebody. I saw one. Did you see that?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Like some crazy shit. Yeah.
Yes. Legs and limbs and I'll have to look one day and we might have a whole topic of that.
There you go.
Now I wonder if Google, if they know, do they have to report? I mean, do they even look at it? I mean, does it get reported?
Because they're just driving. Or they,
but do they review the footage and then report if they see something like that? I mean, I don't know how that would work. That'd be a lot of footage to be going over. But.
It would be, and whose job is that?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I recently had somebody on the show that asked that if there was a vape that was vaped, that it not be vaped on camera.
Now run that by me again.
Yeah.
Their request was if there was a vape that got vaped, don't let it be vaped on camera. Okay. And I was like, yeah, sure, cool, that's fine. If if you happen to be vaping, I can flip to a different angle. It's no biggie. I learned, however, if you're watching this, watching for that specifically,
Mm,
I ain't doing that again.
yeah, I don't blame you.
Yeah.
That's a lot of.
Love you long time. You know who you is. I ain't doing that again.
Yeah.
Hope I got them all.
That's a lot of editing. Huh? Yeah.
I really did. I really did try, like super duper try, and then I got done, and I went back and I skimmed through it. And I was like, oh man, I missed that one, and I'd fix it. I was like, surely I just missed that one. I'd skim back through, kind of like fast forward, and I'd get a little hint of a hand, and I'd be like, and I'd look, I missed that one too. But at some point, I was like, sorry.
Put it
That's
down.
why you can only do so much. Right?
Yeah. So I mean, it is what it is. But yeah, I can't believe that you didn't know that was.
Had no idea about Penis Park.
Well, we had our own penis park.
It was around the time when everybody was complaining about them removing the fountain at Depot Park, and they were showing pictures of it.
Oh, okay. See, I missed all that.
Yeah.
But it's like on a golf course, like a sand bunker. There's not a golf course in the world that don't have a sand bunker that don't look like a dick. I mean, all of them do. They're just shaped that way. Most of them are. It's just the way it is.
Maybe. Yeah. I don't.
Have
You
not
look at an
noticed-
aerial view of
not
golf
noticed
courses, and there's
that.
going to be a bunker somewhere that looks like it.
There we go.
Okay. So once again, if you're watching this,
Everybody
There you go.
I
Learn that.
expect, I want,
Pictures.
I want my inbox in the comments full of aerial dick pics.
There you go. Oh,
No, you might not want that.
You're asking
might not
for it
want
now.
that.
Of landmarks.
Things that look like them.
Yes.
Yes.
Landmarks.
Yes,
Not actual.
sand dunes, and I ain't getting into no OnlyFans stuff.
Right. Yeah.
No.
And unless your aerial photo comes with a check,
Right.
I mean, I'll give it a look, see if it comes with.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. So what's some of the craziest stuff that you've seen while y'all been out and about in the bars in the last few years? There's got to be some.
Man, I don't know. See, I don't like when I'm
Or
back.
do you even pay attention? You just mind your
a
own
lot
business.
of it. I'm a lot that way. She's mingling around, controlling the crowd and stuff, and does.
Controlling the. You
Well,
can't control the crowd.
you know what I'm saying, like
You do-
working the
you do-
I
crowd,
work
talking.
the crowd.
You're doing crowd duty.
because she's friends with everybody, and I'm kind of back there behind my little
Working.
booth working,
Yeah.
which I hate but I enjoy, like Thursday nights we go out sometimes, and I like we'll go to karaoke at Moe's, and on a Thursday night, I'm off, and then I go to karaoke. But I like to see the people and hang out with them when I'm not working. That's why.
Right.
And talk to them.
Right.
Yeah.
Actually get to talk to them.
Yeah.
But the craziest thing, man, I don't know. There's some crazy shit that goes on.
Yeah.
I could imagine.
And there's always fights,
Well, and
Can't
that's
get away from that, alcohol and fights.
yeah, and that's what I was saying earlier. I don't get to get out much, but it seems like every time I get out, there's some kind of drama that
Yes.
happens.
Oh, yeah.
So, and I assume the more that I get out, the more I'm gonna see. And somebody told us at a certain establishment, I won't mention any names, that we did not need to go do a live on a Friday or Saturday night because my shit,
Yeah.
Yeah,
would
that
get
would-
broke.
That would
Yeah.
probably be true.
Yeah. 100%.
There's probably a lot of places like that,
Yeah.
which is unfortunate.
I know.
mean, it sucks for everybody when people. I just don't get it, man. If you can't go somewhere without getting in a freaking fight, just stay at home.
Well,
Just stay at home. I understand there's the same thing, like you get attacked or something, and you got to fight.
Oh yeah, if somebody's
or
coming
somebody
at me,
doing
then
something
yeah.
to your wife or something, but some people just cannot go out without getting in a freaking fight, and I don't understand it.
See, and I'm actually almost like there's a line like with when we were at that place that has no name that we was talking about earlier. I was doing video, and then because when we went there, I had told my wife, I said, I'm not going to do nothing. We're going out. We're going to listen. We'll get us some beverages. We'll just have a good time. Me and you, kids are gone. I won't do nothing.
Yeah.
And the first song got on, and I was like,
Her energy. I'm sorry.
Right?
I don't know if I gave it away, but
Yeah.
yeah, oh
And-
my
and-
gosh, you can't not.
And so,
You got
and so then I was like, and I looked at her. She said, "It's fine." So anyway, so I was doing that, and then I was uploading stuff, and so I had just got finished doing one, and I was working on my phone. I was uploading, and she started doing this number. Well, she was getting so panicky because it was working its way to us that she had forgot my name.
Wow, wow.
And I was just sitting here doing my thing. And so then when she finally got my attention and I seen that it was coming to us, I just grabbed her and we pushed and we walked all the way back to the bar. Okay, now we're at the bar. Can't go any further. Now, if you get to my section, we got issues.
Right. Yeah.
But other than that, it ain't got nothing to do with me.
Right.
Go over there's no point in it. Like everybody should be damn adult enough to, even if you have an issue, go outside and deal with it.
Right.
You know, there's no reason in taking up the entire damn facility
Right.
with your shit.
Right.
And it ruins
Over
it for,
stupid,
Just saying.
it's always
stupid stuff.
shit.
Yeah.
And it ruins it for everybody.
It
That's what
does.
we were talking about earlier. It ruins it for the waitresses, for the bartenders, for the band playing or whatever's going on, because people leave. I mean, they leave.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't want to be around it.
No.
They're not just going to say, "All right, well, I'll go back in." They just leave.
Right.
And there's been some great bands in a lot of places that we've seen play, and then a fight breaks out and everybody leaves, and it's just not fair for the band. It's
Right.
not fair for the venue. It's just not right.
No.
But nobody cares.
Nope.
And we-
The people that don't have the tact or the maturity,
Yeah.
I guess, to handle their shit somewhere else.
right.
And a lot of times, if you, sorry, this is my age coming out. A lot of times, if you just mind your damn business and mind your mouth,
Exactly.
you probably wouldn't have any issues to start with.
Yeah.
There's plenty of people that piss me off on a daily basis.
Yes.
That don't mean that I have the ability. I mean, I do, but that's where your brain's supposed to come in.
Supposed to.
I could cuss at everybody all damn day.
Oh yeah.
there's
I'd like to a lot.
Yeah, there's plenty of stuff that irritates the shit out of me when people start their sentences in the middle of a sentence, and I'm supposed to be the one that picks up and goes, "Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about." Just random stupid stuff. I could be super unfiltered,
Yeah.
but there are some times that you have to be.
Right.
And a lot of bar fights are the exact same damn way. If somebody would just, yes, you disrespected me or my wife,
Right.
but you didn't try to stick it in her.
Right. Yeah.
So
Just go on.
So at the end of the day, what are we doing? Y'all just shut up, go on.
Yep.
It's just that's me.
Right.
Yeah.
And so there's a lot of people that enjoy. This is a good segue. There's a lot of people that enjoy going out and seeing live music,
Yes.
Oh yeah.
and the live music and bar music live
Bar music.
But
live,
bum.
aspect of things, but don't necessarily get out because they get tired of doing with the riffraff.
Yeah, they don't want the
Exactly.
shit that goes
Of-
along with
yeah.
it. Yeah. And Cullman's got a great music scene, man.
Yes.
If people,
Dude,
if
Talented.
they would just go out, man. That's what I try to tell people. They're like, "Oh, Cullman's got nothing to do." That's a bunch of
No.
crap, man.
so I am learning.
Get out. There's different types of bands going on. It's not just one
Everywhere,
genre.
yeah.
You're gonna find something you like. Just get out and do it.
Just absolutely get out and do it. And you know what? While we're on this topic, let's hear a word from our sponsors. Discover the heartbeat of live music at barmusiclive.com, your ultimate destination for live performances, local bands, and unforgettable nights. barmusiclive.com, connecting you to the music you love. Oh, see if my buttons did. Oh, well, it went to the wrong one, but it's the thought that counts.
That's right.
We
That's
tried.
right.
The downside, we talked about this coming into it. The downside of being mobile is every time I'm mobile somewhere, something has to change, and then there's wires to unplug and hook in and whatever. So anyway, yes, the getting out, seeing people, and all that is awesome. I'm super excited to be able to start doing it again.
Right.
Yeah.
and then helping, excuse me, helping everybody, promote everybody, and if you watch any of our stuff, you know that's big with me at the moment, and it always has. Man, that's all it had been. No, I'd be lying, but recently, being able to help highlight somebody that has been able to do something
Right.
Right.
that they're passionate about, that they enjoy doing, there's nothing more passionate and heartfelt and soulful than somebody getting out and singing.
Yes, music.
That is the just like the epitome of. You remember when you was a kid and you used to have those dreams that you was naked in school and how embarrassing
Oh,
that
yeah.
was. Okay, so
Still sometimes.
okay, you still get naked in school.
Just think about it.
So that's where, like for me, I wish, and everybody that's been on here, like HUD and Carly were on the other day and was talking to them, and I wish I could sing.
I know.
Love to sing,
Me too.
love to do. My wife tells me I sing, but I think she's like the parents on American Idol that's like, yeah, baby, you can sing. And I don't think that's the case. But
Well,
I wish I
everybody
could.
can sing.
Well,
You know.
Well,
Comes
everybody
from a
can sing,
singer.
but you want it.
Right.
But, okay, so yes, everybody can make noise.
yes.
That's right.
If you want it to be in tune and do something, you know, it's different. And you know what? If you can't carry a note in a bucket, that's fine. If you got the balls to get out there and sing,
That-
more power to
That
you.
right there is it.
But I don't.
I don't either. It's hard.
And so anybody that has then found the ability to have the balls to get out and do that and walk naked through the high school gym
Yes.
Right.
and sing a song and do it weekly and push themselves to do that, I'm like, you know, and so one, it's super cool. Two, it's super cool that I can be some little part of helping, you know, and it's helping everybody. I'm not.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
It's not. I'm not going out here saying I'm here to help you.
Right.
I'm helping myself too, and everybody knows that. But that's the whole thing. We're growing it.
Yeah, you're showcasing something else.
Yeah, and we're all having a good time doing it. And what else are we supposed to do?
Right.
Right.
You know.
That's how I am, man. That's like, you know, a lot of people like act like they want to compete against each other, you know, sometimes. And I just don't get that. Man, I want to support everybody and promote everybody because, you know, why would you not? I don't get it. I don't know why you would not want to promote people, you know, in your town
Yep.
that are musicians. I mean,
Right.
I'm not competing with them. I'm supporting them. You know, I want to.
Everybody that has sat on either any of these chairs, I've told that I'm not accustomed to people helping
Yeah.
people. I mean, to an extent, yes, but when you get behind something that is more than just money, like I fully expect that that we're doing will eventually turn into some kind of a dineros,
Right.
you know. But I didn't start it with that intention. I started it because we're doing something that I enjoy,
Right.
and it's highlighting, and it's given me the opportunity to get out and meet all y'all.
Right.
You know, there was the longest that I didn't make the time for that, and so it's just cool. And then when I find people like y'all that push people, or and I told Carly and Matt when they were here the other night, I went and watched Crooked Creek do their single release debut party
Yeah.
woo woo at Grumpy's.
Yes.
Me funny story. Me and somebody on social media had been talking back and forth on Crooked Creek, and they said, absolutely, come out, love to meet you, show you the bus, blah blah blah.
Right.
I was like, cool, man, see you there. And so I got there, and I recognized some of them, but I didn't know who was the social media dude. And I kind of assumed that maybe they were all sort of kind of a part of the social media.
So I'm not sure.
No, they're not.
Okay.
So, really bad with names. The big tall one.
Michael.
In Crooked Creek, yeah, Michael.
Yep, Michael. So I walked in and I saw Michael, and I was like, "Hey, that's Michael." Because in the moment, I did remember his name. I promise. And so I walked up, introduced myself, and he's like, "Hey," he didn't know who I was at all, which is fine. And so then I told him who I was and what I was doing. He's like, "Oh, yeah, you need to go talk to Chris."
Yeah, the drummer.
It's like,
Chris
so
is the
then,
man.
Yes.
So then when I saw Chris and we saw each other, he was like, "Hey,
I know who-
you-"
yeah.
yeah." It's like, okay,
Chris
now,
never met a stranger.
this is who I was supposed to talk to.
Yeah.
So he was like, "Hey, glad you made it." So, damn it, I was going somewhere with that story.
You went there.
Oh,
Yeah.
went there, and then when we got finished talking, because I knew he was fixing to have to go do his thing, he's like, "Hey, will you carry MC and introduce yourself and say what y'all are doing and introduce us?" And okay,
Yeah, thanks.
which I didn't have a problem doing that. Nobody was paying attention. They was all doing their own thing.
Oh, yeah, nobody pays attention.
At one point, I went,
yeah. when
"Hey,
people,
it's
yeah.
on."
Nobody pays attention to anything you say.
And that's fine. But the point is that what they feel about Matt and how they feel that Matt has the ability to do something,
Right.
and it's just, it's cool because where I'm used to being, it would be like what you were saying. It's almost like, oh, they're just as good, if not better. We're going to stifle them,
Right.
so that we can run the football and do our own thing,
Right.
And
Oh, if it wasn't for Chris, man, I wouldn't be doing anything.
I mean,
right
that's
now,
really, yeah.
I mean, he helped me out more than anybody. Me and Chris have known each other since high school. I mean,
yeah,
he was in a band. I was in a band. We played. Was it 1995? I think we rented the Civic Center. Bunch of bands
95 or
from Cullman.
96.
Bunch of bands from Cullman. Man, it was 95. I think.
No, it was 95, my senior year.
Bunch of local bands. We rented the Civic Center, which is the church now. Desperation.
yep,
Is that which one it
Yeah.
is? Yep.
yeah.
I think it cost us $300, and there was like 6 bands, local bands, and we sold tickets for like $5 a piece. I think there was
I mean,
a
it was
couple hundred
packed.
people there.
It was
I mean, it was
packed.
packed. It was a pretty good thing,
In the 90s,
I still got the newspaper clipping from it. It's got all the band's names, but he was in a band
Yeah.
at the time
From
too.
Hansville, yeah.
I watched one concert there in my entire life. And that was the Rick and Bubba concert
Yeah.
when they was doing their, what was that one?
We went to Fat Fest when they used to do that. at
Yeah.
Oak Mountain.
Yeah.
That was pretty fun though.
It
They
was.
had the band Mr. Lucky. That was their band.
Yes, that's it.
And they
Yeah.
were,
Yeah,
I mean,
Mr.
they were
Lucky.
pretty
They,
good.
they were pretty good.
They were
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. But that honestly, when back to Chris.
Yeah, back to
and
Chris.
them,
Yeah.
when we started going to karaoke, he was
He was
hosting
hosting
it. And I think that was just, I saw him post it on social media, and it was our first time to really go to a bar.
Yeah.
I mean, in
It got
a
us out.
long time. Like in our 20s, we weren't in bars. We were raising kids, and
Playing
we just
football
got
and band
married.
and
Yeah.
baseball
and
and
so
t-ball and
our 40s, we started going out, listening to live music, and going there, and
concerts
going to concerts and going to karaoke. And it's like seeing him actually sing and enjoy himself like that. And I'm like, thank goodness. And then another friend of mine was like, y'all are going to karaoke? I love karaoke. And she started going with us again because she's always gone and been friends with her forever. Selena, hello. But
she's our
you
concert
just,
ready too.
yeah, she's our concert buddy. Billy Strings. Anyway, rabbit, squirrel, whatever. My ADD
Yeah.
going
No,
crazy.
you're good.
Yeah. So we just formed a family, and it was like,
Right.
go back every week. And then he starts doing it there, and it's
Yeah, and then Chris and them,
got you to sing
I sang with them wasn't the
at
first
Goat
time.
Island.
Maybe the first
At the
time was
tavern.
at the tavern. Just went up and sang a couple songs with them, I guess. Then
He sorry, but he introduced you to Jason and Jeremy as well.
right, yeah.
So, I mean,
but yeah, then we did a show at the tavern where I did like a whole set.
Mm-hmm.
That was April of, well, it's the day my sister died, so that's how I remember it. It was April 28th.
Yeah.
I'll be 2 years in April.
Yeah. Yeah, 23.
Because she died that night after it. But then we did the same thing at Goat Island, didn't we?
Yeah. Yes, you did a whole second set at Goat Island. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So when did you start playing music out in the open and doing it to try to, you said in high school is when you started?
Well, yeah, I was in the church choir when I was.
So you've been doing it?
I was in the church choir when I was a kid. Probably starting, I don't know, first, second grade, probably, in church, and did that. And I always got, kind of the lead part. I'm not bragging. I'm just saying.
See, there's some people that gets the lead parts, and then there's other people that I just really want to sing, but I never could.
Right.
And then I'm like, I want to sing so bad, and I'm like, how can I? First off, I could never. I'm not a good singer, but I just want to sing with him. No, I just want to sing with him one time, really good.
Well, do it.
No, I have tried, but I really don't like the microphone. I will sing without the microphone turned on.
Okay, we'll sing in the microphone without hearing what's coming out of the microphone.
Mm-mm.
Just do it.
It's hard. It's difficult.
Well,
I don't like to hear myself sometimes.
Just get you a microphone that you can tweak the settings.
Yep.
I ask him to auto-tune me or put the backup vocals on, and he's like, no, you're singing.
Right.
Mm-hmm. So I will say, again, let me just say, I don't sing. I wish I could. Mm-hmm. There are some songs that I feel like, so it's probably not the truth. There's some songs I feel like I'm okay at if I'm singing along with them.
Right.
I cannot seem to get the ability or the confidence.
Probably confidence.
Probably.
Yeah, it's in your head.
To sing without
Something in, yes.
Yeah.
Just a little bit.
But then, too, there are plenty of people who sing their own thing and it don't sound nothing like the original.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And it sounds really good.
Yes.
And so if you turn that track off and just sing what you feel, it might be better. Shut up, I ain't taking my own advice. No.
About 90,
Yeah, I know.
probably about 85 to 90% of the time, I've just got my eyes closed. I'm not even looking really. I'm just.
We'll see if you was trying out for American Idol, they'd get on to you.
Yeah.
Open your eyes.
I don't plan on doing that. Not anytime soon, anyway.
No.
Well, we're to the age now, we'd have to go to The Voice.
That's what.
Yeah. But I just love, I just love singing and music. I was in the band from the time I was fifth grade till I graduated. We were both in the band.
That's how we met.
How we fell in love in the band in high school.
Are y'all high school sweeties?
No.
We didn't date in high school. Well, we dated when I was in high school, but she graduated before I did. But
yeah.
Cougar.
Well, he asked me out when he was in the 7th grade and I was in the 9th.
she stood me up.
He says, I was late.
She stood me up.
Oh, you didn't wait long enough for her to get there?
No, man.
No, he was
we were
already
going
there.
to the movies.
At
I was
the
13
movies.
and she didn't show.
I showed up. I was late.
So you was 13 and you was how old?
Probably 15.
Yeah.
Oh, look
Then.
at you.
But no, when
Yeah.
we started dating, she had just graduated
17.
high school and I was 15.
But you turned 16 a week later, so don't even make it sound like it was that bad.
It was. No, I'm just kidding.
So,
But
yeah.
we always kind of flirted, because we were always friends. We hung out with the same people.
Group.
I was always in a band,
Yeah.
we played at one of our friends' house. We had a loft up in the garage. And that's what we did. We were playing all the time. And
They had a little garage
Everybody
band,
come-
and we all, our
everybody
group
came and
at
hung out there.
Winnie would always go over there, and everybody had boyfriend and girlfriend, and we would just pair up because we had a connection. We really did, and
it's because I liked
Man.
her. She didn't like me, but I
I
liked her.
did. Honestly, I'll just say, after I graduated, I'm like, I'm not going to see this boy every day that I've seen.
So, but how long was he in the friend zone Because see, this whole time he liked you. How long was he?
I
in
mean,
the friend
I
zone?
said yes. I said yes. I went out.
She just stood me out.
No, but there was always.
She said yeah. She just didn't actually do it.
So I did like him. There was always a connection. And then, I'm older and then we're not in the same grade, but we always talked about, he talked to me about his girlfriends. I talked to him about guys I was dating. Always. And then
See.
honestly, it was when I graduated. I'm on my senior trip in Panama City and I'm thinking about him. Like,
Oh,
I'm really, and I'm like, I'm not going to see him every single day.
And I was in Germany, right?
Yeah, for a month. So when I get back, I'm like, I think I'm in love with Justin. And my best friend's like, finally, after all these years. And a month later, he gets back from Germany, and
and it was on.
that was it.
Party that weekend.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Then we broke up for a year.
Yeah.
He broke my heart.
Do you know that happens though?
Yeah.
But absence makes the heart grow
Exactly.
fonder.
And then we got back
when
together.
I was a senior in high school.
I know. But yeah, we got back together, and
Been together, be 25 years married this year.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. See, me and my wife were, well, actually, my wife was doing the counting for us the other day, and I don't remember what she said.
See, dude, we got married in the year 2000.
So you'll never,
See, I was
ever.
pretty smart, man. So I
Yeah.
always know
Yeah,
it's
but see,
2025 is 25 years.
Okay, but how long y'all been knowing each other together, dating?
95.
Started dating
Because-
30 years ago in June.
Yeah. Okay, and then do you take the year out or do you leave the year
No,
in?
we just say 95.
See, there's all these rules with keeping
I
up
say
with stuff.
we've
Yeah.
been dating. We've been together since 95 minus a year. I do say that because he broke up with me for a year. I do say that
See,
still.
you'll never live it down.
Never.
No,
I
no,
think
no, no,
It's
no.
gonna be on my tombstone.
Yeah, I think my wife said that we'd been together, like we just had our 18th, maybe Valentine's Day,
Oh,
maybe. I guess I don't remember. Don't hold me to it. I'm sorry. It's
Which is just so unreal that nobody wants to stay together anymore, you know. But
yeah.
yeah.
there's not a lot of long lasting relationships.
But I had a pretty rocky first go, so I did make her wait an exuberant amount of time,
No, I can understand that.
and so I think we were dating probably about 5 years before
That's okay.
we did anything before I said I do again. Because I wasn't going through that again.
Yeah,
Right.
I've always told him if he divorces me, because I'm not divorcing him, never doing it. That's what I say.
That's what you
'Cause-
say.
I'm not,
Well,
because I'm not divorcing you.
yeah. In my youth, I said if I ever got a divorce, I was going to go into the adult
Yeah.
film industry.
There we go.
Yeah, I mean, I do like playing with cameras.
I was about to say, was
Right,
you going
yeah.
to film or was you going to participate?
A little bit of both.
Whatever paid.
Oh, okay.
Whatever
Okay.
paid. Whatever paid. But then now, as I get older, I guess I just have to go be like a monk or something. Make beer. Have you ever had monk beer
I don't think I have.
for real?
Monk beer.
Like a Belgian monk beer is
think I have.
like now it's like $12 a bottle,
Oh, okay.
but it's really good. I used to work at a place. I'd get samples. Like the rep would come around. He's like, "Oh, you need to try this. It's really good stuff." So, you want to take a break for a second?
That's fine.
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's cool. So, let me get the right hickey pulled up here. So it is not a Fancy's Unfiltered podcast without a little bit of conspiracy theory talk. We do not claim to know it all. It just intrigues us, and so we're going to talk about some conspiracies. So,
Conspiracies.
what you got? What's your most plausible conspiracy theory? We start with that question and we end up winding into some kind of rabbit hole of all kinds of other topics. So, just to start with, if you had to pick one that you thought was the most plausible, what would it be?
Oh man, I don't know between like aliens and like, you know, like the whole JFK thing.
Okay.
I was kind of when I was a kid, I was really into that.
So what was your top? What was your top two beasts? He had two. What's your two?
Mine is something current about a certain sickness. That's a conspiracy.
Okay.
And then I really
Is that your
don't-
top
What are your
one?
thoughts on Bigfoot?
well, I don't believe Bigfoot's real.
See, if Curtis was here, he would tell you.
I mean, coming from where I live, where I grew up, if Bigfoot was real, he would have been in my backyard. I'm just saying. Just saying.
So,
I don't think it's impossible that there could be. I mean, you think of you think like North America, all right? So there's primates in a lot of places in the world, right? And North America is such a big place and doesn't have any kind of primate. I mean, that's weird.
Well,
So
I think
maybe,
a lot of, sorry,
there is some type of
Bigfoot.
not really humanoid but some kind of like ape figure at one time that could have lived in North America. And maybe there's still a couple of scragglers out there, I mean,
I guess
not
I just
impossible.
think it's more like a Harry and the Hendersons, that type of Bigfoot, and that's not real.
well, yeah, that was a movie.
I know, but that's that's what they always.
What a
That's what I
documentary.
think about. Is like, is Bigfoot real? No, he's not going to come live with us.
Right.
that was on CBS.
I
That
just-
was
Some
not
people,
on
you
History
know.
Channel.
Yeah.
And honestly, I always say that I don't think that there's bears in Alabama.
Oh
or
my
here.
God. Well, that's
No,
true. That's
no.
not a
I
conspiracy
haven't seen it.
theory.
I'm sorry, I haven't
What?
seen
You
it.
don't believe there's bears in Alabama?
I mean, I haven't seen one.
I haven't seen
I
one.
gotta
Well,
see.
I haven't seen one personally, but
See,
So you only believe in stuff you see that you can see?
but
I mean,
bears,
some
things, yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, that goes another rabbit
Well,
hole.
that's
Yeah.
there's a rabbit hole
Uh-huh.
there. Believing only things you can see, but and like the UFO thing, like I said, man, I just don't
Hey,
know
You
how.
did say you saw a UFO,
I did see a UFO once.
and that's why he quit smoking
It made me quit
cigarettes.
smoking. I swear to God.
New Year's.
I swear to God.
Yes.
Hang on.
So-
Hang on. So,
Here we go.
yeah. So, first of all, you saw a UFO.
I did.
Okay.
On my front porch smoking a cigarette. New Year's Eve.
Second of all,
No, it was New Year's Eve.
How did a UFO cause you to stop smoking?
I have no idea. But
I don't either.
I mean,
but
I
he
really
did.
don't know. But I was on the front porch smoking New Year's Eve, and we had kids, and it was 10:30, and everybody was asleep except
Yeah.
for me. And I was out there smoking, man. I saw this like red light in the sky, and then it was like kind of three of them, like a triangle shape,
Mm-hmm.
And it was just like kind of hovering there. It was really weird. I mean, it's hard to explain. It kind of gives me goosebumps, but it was hard to explain. I know I might sound stupid, but it was hard to explain. And then
You want to smoke?
Yeah.
it was just like gone. So my cousin said he saw it too. He lived next to us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He said he saw it too. But after that, it's like smoking a cigarette just kind of made me sick. And I don't know what the connection was. But after that, I quit smoking. I never really had the
Well, and
urge for it.
he
I
came
don't
and
know.
woke me
It's-
up.
So you never
it's the
got.
weirdest thing.
So you never got probed,
No,
and you
not
received
that I know of.
and you received benefits from seeing it.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I could have. It's like when you have surgery and they knock you out and you come back
You
and you have
have
no
no
idea
idea.
what happened.
You don't remember what.
So
they
I
did.
mean, it
No,
could have
no
happened,
idea.
but
Yeah. No idea.
so
But he woke
They-
me up.
they
He's
could
like,
have.
I
They
just
could have
saw it.
sucked you up and
They could have.
hypnotized you and probed you and
Which I
sent you
wouldn't
back.
really-
And he's like, I don't want to smoke anymore.
it's like my dad. He's always wanted to be abducted by aliens.
Yeah.
That's one of his things. And one night he was in bed and the power company came out for some reason and shining like a light in his window. And he's like, "Oh my God, it's happening!"
Here we go.
And he was freaking out.
Here we go. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Oh, that was funny.
Yeah. So, so my dad, when I was in high school, maybe, I think, he had saw something on his way to work one day, and same as you super hard to explain, but he was like a triangle and saw whatever, and then it just off. And there's a lot of people that see some crap nowadays that is unexplained.
Oh yeah, like with all the drones in the Northeast.
Yeah, I was fixing to say whether it's legitimate or not. There's a bunch of stuff that makes people go, "What's that?"
Right.
And that's again, we ain't tinfoil hat wearing conspiracy theorists, and so there's a lot that makes you go, and then there's a lot that makes you go, "That's some bullshit."
Yeah.
And then there's some that makes you go, "Well, but damn."
And I realize, the government's probably got a bunch of shit that we have no idea what they've got. And you can see it and mistake it for something. And, that's been happening for years, but it's just hard for me to believe, man, that there's like billions of galaxies with billions of stars and thousands of planets in each galaxy, and that we're the only ones. I mean, whether they could get here or not, but
So we talked about it on the last episode that just aired. If you hadn't watched it, you can go back to YouTube.
That's right.
You can
It's a
find
good
it.
one too.
Subscribe on YouTube.
So we talked on that one about going to Mars and
Yep.
and what's the point and all that other stuff. And I told Carly that night, I remember going to like Space and Rocket Center
Oh, I love the Space and Rocket Center.
a few years ago. Caden was little and Madison still lived at home, so however many years ago that was. Anyway, and they were talking about the thought process or the goal, and again, that was probably 7 years ago, maybe. The goal was to get back to the moon, and that be a staging area to then go.
Well, that's the only way to do it.
Further,
Right, that's the way to do it, because the hardest part is getting out of the atmosphere.
right?
So, I mean, you get to the moon and you set up a station there, then you don't have to.
And so
you don't have to fight the atmosphere.
So that's what they were talking about all those years ago.
Right.
Okay, well now we're this many years fast forward, the amount of technological advances that we've had, and then, like them or not, the people who were in the spinny chairs in the White House at the moment, was the same one that created a space force a few years ago.
Right.
That my initial thought was, why are we going to have military in space?
Right.
That to me suggests.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, you could look at it that way. You
Yeah.
really could. And then his right hand man right now is the number one space.
Right.
I mean,
So
he's
and so we talked about that the other night on the show. If there is at any point a time that there is a for real possibility that we may go further than the moon,
oh yeah, it'd be now.
it's now. And so it's times are changing. People's it's pretty cool.
And I remember George W. Bush had set out goals too. To I think be on Mars like in 2013 or something at one point. And I mean,
Right.
none of that shit happened, but
No.
because then they just pretty much neutered the NASA program when they got rid of the shuttles.
Yeah, and I think, again, say what you want to about whoever's in charge at the moment. There has been many years where it's lip service to get you elected and get you in that spot,
yeah.
and then after that, and I get it. If you show up to work one day and half the building's on fire, whatever you plan on doing that day ain't gonna happen.
It's out the door.
And if you sign on to a damn dumpster fire for 4 years,
Yeah.
for 4
Yeah.
years, there's gonna be some things that
Yeah.
get in the way, and so we're all human, I think.
Yeah.
And so I get the aspect of you may for really have tried. It's like that the first when we went and watched Hutch Edwards that one night he got finished doing a thing, and he was like, "That was a request from last night that I never got around to." And I forgot about.
Yeah.
Well,
So
that happens.
and so I feel like that, there's probably in all seriousness, a lot of stuff that intends on getting addressed
Exactly.
and never does,
Yeah.
for legitimate reasons.
Oh yeah, because you never know what's going to happen. I mean, stuff can.
But I feel like there's enough of a drive this go around. Dude had 4 years to
Yeah.
figure out what he
Exactly.
wanted to do as soon as he hit the ground running.
Yep.
And and so there's a buttload of stuff that's happening, and then yes, his right hand man is the dude who put a freaking Tesla
He can do
in
anything.
yeah. And so I really
Like
do,
him or not, he can do anything.
I think I think these next 4 years is going to be something that in 20 years people look back on and say this 4 year span was when all
Yep.
this other crap happened.
You find out a bunch of stuff.
And whether it's right or wrong, I don't know, but I do think that in 20 years people can look back on this 4 year session and go, there was a lot of stuff that happened.
Right,
Uncovered, yeah. And then
Yeah.
Don't mean you have to like it, but it happened. I mean,
No, because
I mean, that's politics. You're never going to like what the other person's doing. I mean,
No.
it's just whether you do or not, you still got to play politics and say you don't.
my biggest thing on the politics is like we could, like if we turned the cameras off and we went into a deep dive on some for real issues, we may not all agree.
right.
Right.
But at some point, when you're looking at the country as a whole,
Mm-hmm.
and you know that mine and your disagreement isn't really that big of a
Right.
deal,
It's what makes us great is that we can
but
disagree.
you turn it into something that's spiteful, and
Yes.
you
Right.
turn it into something that is talking points in order to and I'm either side. I don't, the one side is just as bad as the other side on some
Oh, yeah.
on some instances, but
Well, the left wing and the right wing are on the same bird.
when you stand up there and knowingly spew stuff that is the furthest from the truth
Right.
Mm-hmm.
in order to score political points,
Yep, just to get people riled up.
that's got to stop.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's so many people that's all they watch is the stuff that gets the viral moments and if anybody pays any attention at all to the viral stuff, it's stupid.
Uh-huh. The majority of it.
Yeah, I mean, like I saw yesterday, I was scrolling through looking at stuff and smashing like and thanks for liking and whatever, and I saw one of the Island Boys.
Yeah.
I saw
Yeah.
that. I didn't read it, but I saw his
There,
picture.
yes.
Yeah.
I didn't read it either.
Island Boys.
No,
Yeah.
because I didn't care.
Right.
Yeah.
But I was scrolling through, and there was his ugly mug with it. Still got the same hairdo.
Yes.
Looks like Patrick from SpongeBob with stuff sticking out, and he got in trouble for something else again
Yeah.
or whatever. So the point in that is that there's always something that's going to be viral.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't mean that that's what you should get behind.
Oh, no. Right.
And for somebody, when you run a business, if you're not on the same page and you got, I don't know, 15, 16 people, just say it's a small business, and you're not on the same page and you got 15 or 16 people going in different directions, or even if you got your own each little individual sections going in each direction and nobody's on the same page, nothing's going to get accomplished.
Never.
Ever. And so when you take the government in all of its bigness, which we're seeing is getting dwindled because
Which it
they're,
should.
Yeah. Wow.
yeah, yes.
Because I don't like being very political, which I am, but not a lot because, I don't like alienating people, but I'm very anti
Well, when they're
Ron
taking
big government and
Ron Swanson.
and
When
very
they're taking-
anti just government.
when
I
they're
mean, really
taking
a lot.
35% of your check, when it's
Oh,
all said
yeah.
and done, between taxes, between federal, state, and Social Security, and Medicare, and Medicaid, and blah 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 blah.
Insurance.
Okay, so when they're taking 35% of your check, and for all these years up until 2025, nobody had the balls to go in and say, "Why are we doing this?"
Right. And I have no problem. I mean, God forbid them be held accountable. You know, I mean,
Well, look,
that's they're supposed to be held accountable.
Right.
That's how this
If-
country was founded.
if
is
I
to hold them
owed-
accountable.
if I owed the IRS money right now, and they were to call and say, "You owe us money," and I was to say, "Well, I spent it all in these other areas because I forgot to earmark this for you.
Right.
Let me holler back at you."
Yeah.
They're gonna say,
How's that going to work?
No.
"Yeah." They're gonna say no, and so when they're taking 35% of my check that I worked for,
Right.
60 plus hours a week.
Mhm.
And then I find out down the road, if you watch our last episodes, that they were sending money for condoms for iguanas.
Yeah. Such a
not,
great idea.
not really. They were
Yeah.
they was sending condoms. I don't think they were specifically meant for
For
iguanas,
iguanas.
but they probably made it there. But that's the thing, I could use an additional 35%.
Heck yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And it just, as I get older, and not tooting horns at all, but when you make $7 an hour and they take whatever percentage, it doesn't 100% really register. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But when you've worked yourself to death and you've tried to make yourself better and you get to a spot where you're making halfway decent money, and then they're taking 35%, and you get to see that dollar amount, and you go, and we did
Right.
we sent condoms to Uganda, and we sent
Right.
and we did Disney specials for what all, that's
Not right.
no.
Yeah, Sesame
that's-
Street. What was it, Sesame Street in Iraq?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something like that too. I mean, come on now.
Yeah, did you see that one little cute little parody that somebody put on?
I did not. No.
I may
That's
have
another
to.
to look at.
Yeah.
Yeah, I may have to flip it over to y'all. I may look it up. We'll put it on there because it was pretty funny. But it was about the Sesame Street in Iraq, and it was somebody had just put some.
And that's the thing. Like
It's
the
fine.
IRS is like the most powerful entity in the world. Just about. I mean,
Why?
you can kill people. You can do a lot of things and like flee the country or whatever. But man, you cheat on your taxes. You screw the government over.
Yeah,
They're coming after you.
yeah,
And they're coming after you.
And so and that's and that again goes to show priorities, because they were talking in all this Doge stuff that if they were to want to let go X amount of people in the government, they had to wait on a day that the elevator worked, that they could get down to the salt mines to get the paperwork, because that's how they store it still. Okay.
I saw that.
Yeah. So if we're so ass backwards in certain areas of the government, how is it that because we have squandered, and that's what's coming out now, is that we have sent this money to places. There was something, I don't hold me to the numbers, but there was a X amount of dollars that was really large that I saw today that they've uncovered that was Medicaid, Medicare, and disability money, and it was sent across the pond somewhere.
Right. I believe it.
Okay, so all of those monies are designed for people who live here,
Here.
and so if they're taking 35% of my check, and it's getting squandered to things like this, then yes, somebody, and that's where go circling back. If I was to say, sorry, IRS peoples, I don't have the money, I send it across the pond.
Right.
Sorry.
Yeah.
How do they know exactly to the penny what I owe, but yet
They don't know what they did.
they don't know what they've been sending out anywhere else?
Well, and the whole thing, like the comedian I heard about the IRS one time is like, oh, so you have to, file your taxes at the end of the year or you're going to go to jail. It's like, okay, that's cool. How much do I owe? Oh, we don't know. You got to figure that out.
Yeah.
So, okay. So then you figure it out and it's wrong. Oh, no, well, you're going to jail because it was wrong. What?
How do you know?
Why do you just tell me why do you have to do it?
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense.
So I have seen examples where somebody has been garnished, like the government says you owe us X amount of dollars and we're going to garnish your monies.
Mm-hmm.
So I've seen that, and I've seen where the garnishment amounts were supposed to be a certain amount. And then I've seen where I've got letters, or no, I haven't seen. Somebody got letters.
Right.
Somebody got letters after the fact saying that, oh no, this was not satisfied. There's X amount more dollars owed.
Right. Like,
So they know what you owe. I mean,
or they just keep going.
But they
keep
don't.
milking it.
right.
They've got their math was wrong to start
Right.
with.
Gotcha.
And then they realized that, well, there was fees and interest and whatnot that was charged, which is fine. I get that, whatever. But if you're going to send me a piece of paper that says so and so owes so and so, then so and so's got to pay so and so. Then that's what so and so pays. And when so and so gets finished paying what so and so owes, that's done. And then 6 months down the road, you say, oh, so and so still owes so and so. Because they misquoted their so-and-so interest and penalties. And
What are you going to do about it?
you have to
Exactly.
you have to send it back in. And so that goes back to what you were saying, is that they're the strongest whatever.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't matter what happens. If they say you owe it,
You owe it.
You got to pay
Yeah.
it.
you
I
owe
mean,
it.
there's nothing you can do about it.
No.
Yeah. You can't go up against it.
But I hope I've heard rumblings that through all the stuff that he's doing and possibly getting the external revenue service to be as hard-assed on people across the pond to pay us what they owe us versus being so hard-ass on us that it's getting 35% taken out to make damn
Condoms
Sesame
for iguanas.
Yeah.
Sesame Street cartoons and condoms for iguanas across the pond.
Right.
You know, it's to the point to where enough's enough, and people standing up now on whatever side and being opposed to somebody finally going in and saying, we spent $1 trillion on this.
Right.
That's my $1 trillion. It's not it's not all my trillion, but it's 35% of what I made, on top of everybody else's. And that's just, it's time to fix it.
Yeah. And I mean, and I understand, there's some things, I mean, being a superpower like the U.S. is, I mean, like this line from Spider-Man, with a great power comes a great responsibility. And I mean, we do have a responsibility. Well, we technically don't have a responsibility, but as a moral country, we have a responsibility to take care of there's needs in the world sometimes that we should take care of and help.
Mm-hmm.
But it should never be like we're there and we're always there. I mean,
Right.
go in there, help them
all the
out,
time, yeah.
and then come back out, because once they
Don't
get
enable
dependent
anybody.
on the help, then it's never gonna change.
Yeah, I think that in relations to everything that you do, like if you've got somebody that works for you that, they got this, going on, we'll give them a little bit of, we'll give them a little slack, and and it's, you try your best to be accommodating, you try your best to be civil, you try your best to be the big-hearted person that wants to give and do.
Yeah.
but at some point, it's not our job,
It's got right. Yeah.
and it's fine that whoever's making those decisions feel like, okay, well, we should feel obligated as the superpower to do whatever. Okay, well, ask me.
Right.
Because-
Right.
because that's mine.
Right.
I worked 60 some odd hours this week, and when I signed on to work this job, it said that I was going to make blah blah
This
blah
much,
money.
Yes.
And I know taxes, but then when it gets to the point to where you start really looking at what comes, they didn't do nothing except for waste it.
Right.
It's
majority
not
of it, yep.
it's not like we tag teamed it.
Right.
It's not like I worked 45 and I was about to croak and you come in and took over the rest of it,
Right.
and I'm gonna split my monies with you. I worked all 65 of them,
Right.
and now I got to give you
For
35%
nothing.
Yeah.
for you
For
to
what?
Yeah, for you to do whatever. And I think finally, there's enough people that have realized, and a lot of the younger generation, and I've talked to Curtis a bunch about the younger generation doesn't pay attention
Yeah.
to that.
Oh, they're oblivious to it.
Yeah, and there are a few, and he's one of them that sees this ain't right,
Right.
and so I think finally every generation has a turning point, and I hope this is ours that kind of sets some stuff straight
Hopefully.
going forward. I
Right.
hope,
Maybe.
because it's about broke, yo.
It's just so hard to do now too, with just misinformation and
Well, social media is.
social media, man. Because a lot of the generation, that man, they see it on TikTok or Instagram, and that's true. Don't do the research.
No.
Oh, I
don't
know.
don't actually search it and
I
say,
know.
is that true?
Right.
It's like when I see a story about anything, man, I'll go to CNN, then I'll go to Fox News, and I want to see the different slants to kind of meet in the middle, because that's where the truth is
Yes.
in the middle normally.
Right.
Yeah, you've got to be able to form your own opinion,
Right.
And I've said it ever since we've done this show, to where there might have been like 4 people watching, but before the show, I've always said you've got to be able to form your own opinion.
Right.
You've got to don't be naive. Look at all the information that's coming at you, and make your decision based on everything that's happening.
And question everything. That's what I always told
Yeah.
our kids. Question everything.
Yeah.
I mean, don't take anything anybody says that tells you,
Yeah.
or that you see that it could be true, but still question
They
it.
may have
I mean,
their
that's
own agenda.
that's the foundation of science, right? Is questioning everything. Hey,
But like
why does that do that?
Before social
Let's
media,
figure it out.
nobody really talked about where they stood on Republican or Democrat. They didn't care.
It wasn't. It wasn't
you
as
didn't hate
divisive
the other
as
person.
it is now.
It was not as
you
divisive.
didn't hate
now.
the other
Divisive.
person because of that.
Oh, it's hate now. There's
I
a lot
mean,
of
yeah.
It is.
Oh,
hate.
and if you do this, then you are against. No, maybe I
Just 'cause
don't
I pick
agree
a-
with that topic,
Right.
but I agree with everything other
Yep.
things
And-
that outweigh that one topic.
Yeah, picking a blue ballot or a red ballot doesn't mean that you're like a horrible person.
right.
I mean,
It does now.
And you never
and it
talked about it.
shouldn't, and it does.
I would have
yeah.
never went up to anybody. Which I mean,
Of course, you're not very
I'm not
political.
political. I mean,
She don't care.
he tells me things. I need to know. Just saying. But I'm like, I would have never gone up to anybody and said Republican or Democrat. Oh, sorry, I'm not going to be your friend.
Right.
I mean,
It's
Well,
ridiculous.
and yes, it did not used to be that way. And I've said on the show many times, I remember as a kid, my parents, or my dad mainly, talking about you pick who you think is going to do the best for the country. Okay. And so I don't know. I honestly don't know what he voted, when he voted, whatever. But I do remember him, like everybody liked Clinton.
Yeah, my parents.
Yeah.
Yeah,
At first. Yeah.
everybody. Yeah, yeah. Well, and there was a lot that still liked him through the thing.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, the point is that I remember when I was younger that you could look at the candidate and decipher what the candidate was saying and make your opinion based on that.
Right.
Okay. The last 20 years, that's not been the case because there is such a party line of if you got a D or if you've got an R, this is how you're going to vote.
Right.
And so, throughout the last however many years, the ones with a certain letter have just become just stupid. And so unfortunately, there are some on that side that I look at and go, he's got some pretty good points, got some valid points. I think, given the opportunity, he could probably do a good job. But because everything is so politicized now, and because everything is so whatever team, I may like what he says, but I can't give up a vote. I've got to go with this,
Right.
and it didn't used to be that way, but it has become that way. And unfortunately, I mean, it is what it is. But I hope now that it's become that way that there's been enough people that's been woken up over the last few years. I'm a firm believer in stuff happens for a reason.
Oh, you going down a rabbit hole.
And I
Yeah.
think too the social media has played a big part of it too. But I think a lot of post 9/11. Okay, so how many times did you really watch like a 24-hour news source until that happened?
No, you didn't.
CNN was around, but Fox News wasn't really anything.
No. And
once that happened, people were stuck on 24. I mean, we know stuff now the second it happens.
Yes.
We are more informed than we've ever been, which is a good thing, but it also is a bad thing.
Bad, yeah.
Because before you knew what was in the paper, and that's something that happened yesterday,
Right.
or the day before.
Right.
Now you know it's happening right now.
If you lived in a town where the paper was halfway decent.
Right.
True.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that wasn't just like what they were having at the farmer's market this afternoon. But I mean, now you know exactly what's happening right when it happens. And they're allowed to, then they play people against each other too. CNN and Fox News, they're playing people.
I've said for years and years and years. So Desert Storm was the first nonstop wall-to-wall 24-hour news coverage.
Oh, you could watch the war on TV.
Yes.
I remember
Okay,
that.
so that was like the first look what we can do. They had just went out and bought a whole bunch of this shit like I got, and it's like, I think we can do it.
Yeah.
And they went out and they did it.
Yep.
And they did it. Okay. And then everybody was like, oh, I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah.
And so from that point forward, okay, now we got to figure out what we're going to fill 24 hours of news with. The war's over. Now we've got all these people.
We got the talking heads that got to be talking.
We got to put some content out here. That was back before social media, but they could see the numbers and say, so now we got to, so at some point, like the Walter Cronkite news, this is the story. And
Dead.
yeah, it was gone because now we've got 24 hours worth of stuff we got to fill. There's not that much news, so now it's going to be commentary. Okay, and commentary is fine, but when it started, and I don't know when it happened or who it was with, maybe one day if I ever have time, I'd like to research that. But at some point, there was a little bit of a flip between news,
Right.
because I'm on here and my big old face is in front of the camera and I'm telling you something and it's supposed to be the news.
Right.
And shit, I got 3 more hours to fill.
Yeah.
And it turned into an opinion. and they merge together. And so now when you turn on the news to look at the news, you're getting the news / opinion, but it's presented as news, and then people take it and run with it. And if you're ignorant to looking at all sources, and you just decide you want to turn on some of those few channels, and you get their 24 hours of opinions,
Right.
and it's presented as news, then that's why you have the divisiveness.
It's brainwashing you
Yeah,
because you're not thinking for yourself.
No.
You're allowing them to think for you.
and I'll be the first one to admit, and that's what I always tell everybody. I am 100% not on the donkey side of things, but I will 100% admit that the elephant side of things don't get it right all the time either.
Oh, no. Yeah.
No,
At all.
and and I know a lot of what's going on at the moment is fanfare of look what we can do. I really do think there's some good coming out of all this, but you also have to look at it as they're making a moment out of it.
Right.
Oh yeah.
And so you've got to be able to see that and separate the two and understand. And unfortunately, in our society at the moment, there's so many people that don't or can't or refuse to, or maybe it's just because we've been so ignorant for so long that maybe we don't have the ability any longer. I don't know, but it's
I think it's trending that way.
It's getting pretty rough, y'all.
Yeah.
But like you said with the opinion, yeah, because when you started going to, I knew where you were going, but because you look at the CNN app or Fox News app, and normally one of the top stories is an opinion article.
Mm-hmm.
It's not news. It's an opinion, but that's not news,
But it is now.
Right. But exactly right.
And that's, so there's, we'll start wrapping up because we're about done, but there's so many nowadays podcasts.
Yeah.
If y'all haven't watched ours, you can do it on fancysunfiltered.com and Fancy's Unfiltered on the YouTubes and anywhere Fancy's Unfiltered.
Yeah.
But there's plenty of people that do podcasts and have shows that have information now that's like what we're doing. It's opinions. It's honest opinions. But we also sit here and we bring in everything that we've seen, we've heard, we've done, we've talked about, we've whatever, and we form our own opinion.
Right.
Kind of in this atmosphere, and then people can do the same if they're watching. When you take a broadcast network that we grew up with, knowing that this is whatever is on this is supposed to be real.
Right. Yeah,
Tom
they are,
Brokaw's telling you the news.
Yes.
Yeah,
He's not telling you his opinion.
That's
He's telling you
supposed
the
to be.
news.
Yeah, and so whenever that gentle migration happened between news and opinions is when we lost everything.
Yeah.
Because we went from, hey, go watch that dude's podcast. He's pretty cool because he talks about his opinions and whatever. We didn't have podcasts back then, but everybody had opinions. And somehow they secretly merged.
They did.
And then before you
We
knew
were
it,
blind beside it.
before you knew it, you were turning, because I remember CNN used to be, that's where
Real news.
yeah, that's what you turned on. If you wanted to know what was happening, CNN was where you went.
Right.
Okay. Now, if I want to know what's not the truth, CNN is where I go.
Yeah.
And that's it didn't have to be that way. And I think I've seen some stuff that makes me kind of think that this particular administration might start at making some of those news agencies adhere to the policies that went with news agencies
Right.
as far as the
The truth.
Yeah, what the whatever there's it's not government funding, but it's some kind of government like protection that your news agencies but if they're going to deliberately disobey and push
And mislead people.
I think some of that's fixing to start getting so
Right.
yeah.
They should.
So wrapping this up, what do y'all got going in the future? What you got going on with
We're off this weekend.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
you're
Billy Strings.
so
you're off this weekend?
Yeah,
off
we're going to
this
Billy
weekend.
Strings.
What are y'all doing Saturday? Is that where you going, Billy?
Billy
Strings?
You're
Strings
going to
all
Billy
weekend.
Strings Friday night, Saturday night, and Sunday night.
Where's he at?
He is in Nashville. 2 nights at Bridgestone and 1 night at the Ryman.
And you're going all 3 nights.
We are. It'll be tomorrow is our 25th time to see him. So
In 2 years.
we're a little addicted.
So I've seen him on the interwebs, but I've never seen him in
It's
person.
amazing, man.
Is
It's
it?
amazing. It really is. I mean, and then when you go, it's like now it's kind of like a family. We see so
Yeah.
many people we see all the time, and it's cool. We were in Atlanta last weekend, then Nashville this weekend. So I mean,
St. Louis.
So have you got to meet him yet?
no, we have
So
not.
close, so close, so close.
Well, it was from me to her of him last week,
Yeah.
but it was during the show.
we were in the pit on the rail.
But
Close.
I need to give you some cards since you're gonna be gone this weekend.
oh yeah,
Mm-hmm.
me
and
too.
then, and then if
Yeah.
you're ever able to jump over the
We're on the floor this week.
yeah whatever, be like, hey, I know this fat dude that's got a podcast.
I feel it this weekend that we're going.
Yeah.
Maybe.
So
He lives in
speaking
Nashville, so-
speaking of feeling, and we'll end on this because you said feeling. So
Yeah.
earlier we talked about the Cullman music scene, and I started getting into it, and then I got sidetracked because there's probably a sound or something that got me off. But I told somebody that was here a few weeks ago that I feel like Cullman music scene is on it's on the fence. It's fixing to go. It's fixing to hit.
Right. I think so. Yeah. There's a
And
lot of talent.
I don't know if that's just because I'm starting to pay attention to it and getting involved in it, and I feel it,
Right.
or if it's because it's legitimately fixing to happen. But I feel like there is enough stuff going on. Cullman as a community, as a town, is growing. The venues to be able to have people who go out and play live music is growing.
Right.
Yes.
And I just feel like there is so much happening in our cute little town that the talent.
Is
It's unreal.
unmatched.
I mean, you look at like Jesse Priest going to be at Rock the South, right?
Yep.
Which, by the way, he's filling in for me tomorrow night at
Tried it.
Trident Marina.
Is he?
Yep. So y'all go check him out. And then, like Justin and Tab, man, they got
Yep.
streaming music. Cross Creek's got
Crooked
Crooked Creek. I'm sorry. Crooked Creek's got one. Sorry, Chris. And about to release another one.
Cross
you
Creek.
know?
If you want to go get
Yeah, if you want to
tractor
go play
parts.
some golf, that's Cross Creek. But there's just so much potential, man. I mean, it really is.
It is, and it's and that's
There's so many good people. I mean,
I
good
actu-
people and good artists.
Right.
and it was actually Justin that I was talking to on the show one night and I was telling him, and it come across like, now that I'm in it, it's like, no, that's not what I meant. It's like, now that I'm in it,
Right.
and I'm looking at it, I don't know if it's because I'm just now here and I'm going, that's pretty cool, or if it's because it's legitimately
Right.
fixing to
Right.
hit, and it feels like it's fixing to hit.
It feels like it to me. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it is.
There's just so much that's going on.
There's so much talent.
Yeah, the talent is amazing.
And Cullman's not a little podunk place anymore.
It's not.
You
and
know, I
and
mean,
there's
it's
there's
somewhere-
there's some awesome venues that are coming on, awesome restaurants and places to go and bars to hang out with, and it's just it's awesome. And I'm super excited to start being a part of it and getting involved in it and seeing what we can do. So
It's been fun.
So talking about venues, I'll tell everybody where I'm at during the week.
where you at?
Monday nights, I'm at Drifters on Smith Lake. It's down at Smith Lake Marina. We do Singo Bingo for like an hour, and then we do karaoke. Tuesday nights, I'm at the Valley Tavern doing Singo Bingo. It's always fun if you've never played it before. It's like musical bingo. So instead of calling out like numbers and letters, play a song, like a segment of a song.
Yeah.
If it's on your card, you mark it just like bingo. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
A lot of fun. We give away
Yeah.
gift cards and stuff.
Never been to Single Bingo.
Yeah, it's fun.
Oh,
Do
yeah,
it.
it's so fun.
Like I said, Monday nights at Drifters and Tuesday nights at the Tavern. And then on Wednesday nights at the Tavern again for karaoke, which is always a party.
Yeah, Wednesdays.
Wednesday night karaoke is
We got
always a party.
We really do
So-
have good singers on karaoke.
And then Friday night, I'm at the Grill at Trident Marina doing karaoke. So
So I need you to
it's
start.
an awesome place.
I need you to start doing some incognito investigating.
I can do that.
Okay.
She could do that.
So I've been asked, and there's been talks about doing a live event on a karaoke night.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Okay. My only question is, and this is where you need to do some research, is the next few weeks when everybody gets up there to do their karaoke, and you could ask them, hey, would you want to do it live?
Right.
Because my fear is if I show up and I bring all this crap and we're going to do it live, that every time I get ready to go, they're going to go, I don't want to be on camera.
Right.
And then it just be me and you hanging out drinking beer,
I think I was thinking about
which
that.
I'm okay with. But I'll come hang out and drink beer without bringing all this.
Right.
Right. I was thinking about that. I think probably the best way would just to be advertise it ahead of time,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and let people know, hey,
This
we're
is
going to be
what's
filming
happening.
this night. You know, if you don't want to be on camera, then just don't come, you know. That's just the way it's
I
going
say
to
that's
be.
the same thing.
Yeah.
If I end up, we advertise it for a good solid month, and then we get there and we go,
And still let everybody know that.
you want to
night.
drink a beer?
Yeah.
But I think, I mean, at everywhere I go, man, we got some good singers.
Yeah. I really
There's
think
some
most
people-
people want to be seen.
There's some people that are really good singers.
Mm-hmm.
And, I mean,
and see, and how awesome, how freaking awesome would it be
Yes, absolutely.
to show up one day, and again, because this ain't paying me a dollar, but to show up one day, do one of these, do a live, that person say, yeah, you can film me, that'd be fine. Somebody see it, and then
Right.
oh, it could happen. Too.
how awesome would that
I
be?
mean, I really think good. Some of the people we've got singing, it's amazing, you know.
Well, see, and that's the thing. They would that particular person, whoever it is that you're thinking about,
Him. I'm just saying.
yeah, whoever it is that you're thinking about, the best one that always shows up is like, oh, look, there's so and so, and they're gonna knock it out of the park. Okay, that person may not ever have the balls to pursue it and do something,
Right.
Or the opportunity.
right? But if through doing all of this, somebody somewhere were to see it, and I mean, you know, and that's wishful thinking. Yeah, I know, but is that not cool?
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
And in today's world of all of this crap, that's all it takes.
I think it'd be great. Because,
So-
I mean, I'd love to see one. Because anybody that sings karaoke, I mean, they can tell you I'm always trying to encourage people, man. I love it. I love sitting back there and say, oh, yeah, no, that's good. Hey, next time try to do it like this. Or, you know, I like seeing somebody getting up there and just freaking nailing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I love it.
And then the progression.
See, I may have
Yeah.
to I may have to come out one day and do it just so you can give me some words of encouragement.
But I'll say on that at Trident, there was this girl. I'm not gonna say her name, but she's like she's an amazing singer. And then Justin just
a lot of
gives her
people are,
some
they just don't have
pointers.
confidence.
And so she's like, I'm in the car and I hear Justin say, sing from your gut, not your throat. Sing a little bit louder.
That's what I was always
a little
told
bit
as a kid.
louder, you
Yeah.
know. Sing in the microphone, you know. She's like, I hear him telling me things all the time on how to be better. So
Yep.
Sing in the
And it's
microphone.
helped.
And that is one thing. Hey, sing it. If y'all are watching, anybody out there, when on American Idol, when they're holding microphones and stuff down here and stuff, that's not really how it works. When you're singing, Get up in the freaking microphone.
You got to be all up in the
You
mic,
got to get
Yeah.
in it, man. Get in it.
all up in it.
That's
I
the
would
only way
say
people are
what
gonna hear you.
somebody told me, but might not be appropriate.
Well, but you know where she's going. But
Yeah.
yeah, man, you got to get up in that thing, sing it, kiss it. You know.
I'm thinking of a of a movie scene that gets rotated around on social media quite a bit. It's got Paul Rudd in it. All up in
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes. Oh.
So that's it. That's how my brain works. So yes, maybe one day I'll get out and do some karaoke, and you
Come
can
on,
give me
man, we'll
words
do
of
it.
encouragement, because there's times, if there's enough brown water involved, that I may get out and do some singing.
Oh.
Never do.
But it's very rare.
Yeah.
And I always tell people, man,
Very rare.
don't be shy. You know, come on up here. Nobody here's going to Nashville. Don't be shy. Nobody's going to judge you out loud anyway.
And you
Yeah,
say
out loud,
that,
but see,
don't be
but that's-
shy as
but that's
a
the thing,
singer.
there's-
As a good singer, it's hard.
There is always somebody sitting at a table looking up and going, "Can you believe he sang this song? Are you shitting me?"
Right.
And I hear all of that when I'm up there
Oh
doing it.
yeah, I know.
And so that's what. But I am finding out. And again, it's just because you don't know what you don't know.
Yeah.
And when you get out and you start mixing and mingling with people, and you go to the bars and you go to karaoke's and you see all these people singing and doing and whatever, it really is everybody having a good time. And
That's what karaoke's all about,
And there's
man.
not a whole lot of judgment. And I know I'm preaching to the choir, and I know I should take my own advice, but it's one thing to say, and it's another thing.
It
to
is. I
do.
agree with you.
But karaoke's all about having fun.
So here
It's
it
all
is.
about having fun.
You said you don't sing either, right?
I really don't. I've sang just a few times with the mic on.
Okay. So
I
here's the
drunk sing,
thing.
though. I
Here's the
drunk
thing.
sing.
I will. Oh yeah, we're putting it out there. I'm a firm believer. You put it out there, that means you got to fulfill it. So if I ever show up at a karaoke
3 times a week.
and
Got plenty
you're
of
there
opportunities.
and I'm there, this almost feels like a deja vu
I
moment,
know.
actually.
Picture.
Anyway, yeah. so yeah, if I ever show up to karaoke
That's the
event,
one that always gets.
you're there and you're there, then we may have to commit to
may have to
neither one of us sing.
There you go. Perfect.
But we'll get up there and we'll try it.
There you go.
Do it.
All right.
Yeah. My wife might get mad though, because I don't ever sing it with her either. But I don't.
It's hard
Don't think you
without the
can.
lyrics.
I really
with
want to.
you. I know.
Well, and if I had the lyrics in front of me, I could probably make it work.
Well, the
but-
lyrics are in front of you, but
Yeah.
it's not hearing them.
Yeah.
And then, okay, here's another thing is, a lot of songs have a lot of lyrics. And so you're breathing on the radio at different times and
Yep.
not always singing. And
Yeah.
so when you're up there, you're like, oh, I can't stop.
See, I tell
Mm-hmm.
people all the time too, because people, it's amazing how people they come up to you. I guess because people are comfortable with me, but say, what should I sing? They have no idea what they're going to sing. What should I sing? I say, man, you're going down the road. You got the windows down. It's a beautiful day, and you're just freaking belting something out. Do
The
that
one song you go back
The,
to.
the
Or
first,
you're in the shower, and just getting it.
the
Do that one.
first song I ever sang for my wife, we were dating. I sang, and she said it was good. Could have been one of them bless your heart moments, but it was Soggy Bottom Boys.
All right.
Um,
Good Lord, I did sing that last night. What's the name?
hang on, oh,
oh,
my
brother,
god,
we're out there.
there you
Man
go.
of Constant Sorrow.
Yeah, that's
Man
it.
of Constant Sorrow.
I
Yep.
said the movie.
Yep. And so that's the first thing I ever sang in front of her, and she said it was good. But I think my favorite that I enjoy singing is probably Turn the Page,
Oh,
That's a good one. Metallica or Bob Seger?
Bob Seger.
All right. See, I kind of mix them up
I
a little
love
bit when I do it.
I love Bob Seger,
I like singing that
but
one.
that is probably one of my favorite Metallica's cover.
Yeah.
It was a
Is
good
that
cover.
some-
They did a good job.
Very good one.
Shine Down Simple Man I like better
That's a
than
good one.
Oh yeah.
When I do Simple Man, I'm at the end. I do the Shine Down part because I like it a lot better than the Skinner version.
Yeah.
But it's a great song either
It
way.
is.
But yeah, Shine Down.
Well,
did a great
and
job.
see, and that's the thing. If you get to the point, like I know what I'm talking about, but if you get to the point to where you can sing the song and sing it on your own, and get close to the original, but it's yours. It's so much easier. I feel like anytime I try to sing, I'm always trying to sing like the other person, and then you can't.
Yeah.
And so when you can't hit those notes, or you don't learn to drop down or whatever, because you don't take music classes, and then you always think, well, I can't sing because I'm trying to hit that
Right.
person's note of whatever. I've learned so much hanging out with all you peoples that likes to sing. Even Jesse the
You just
other
can't
day.
do it in your head, man. You just gotta
Even
feel
Jesse the other day, I was hanging out with him, and he's working on one that was it needs to be at this note to make it work. And he's like, damn that note,
Right.
and anytime I try to sing and sound like somebody else, the whole damn song is damn that note.
Right.
And so if you can get to the point to where you can do it your own and sort of kind of carry a tune, I guess, it's not that bad. But I always feel like if I can't sound just like that person, then it's not right. So
I guess I could see that, but you just got to make it your own, man.
you protect.
And that's the thing, being comfortable with it. I get it. And hey,
He still gets nervous.
every time I get behind a microphone, I get nervous.
Do you?
I mean, I really do. And I don't know why, but I do. But I mean, once I start and get it going, I'm fine. But I'm before every show, I'm always a nervous wreck. I just really am. I don't know. I'm just so afraid that it's not going to be right. It's my biggest thing. I'm not.
Well, I think
I'm not
that's
scared of like
not being able
doing
to
it.
do it. Yeah.
It's I hold myself to a standard, and I'm afraid I don't want it to not be a good product.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Well, and that's that. I mean, in anybody that has some validity to themselves or to their art or their craft, there is going to be a sense of you're going to be your worst critic. You're going to want it to look the way that you want it to look, and there may not be anybody else that heard that note that was off or saw that you did something different. But you're going to see
Right.
that.
Yes, that's what I tell him all
That
the
drives
time.
me nuts.
People
And
in
if
the
you
crowd,
don't
I'm
say
the crowd.
If you
we
screw
have
something
no
up
idea.
and you don't say anything, nobody even
Right.
notices it. But it
And
drives
see,
me
and
nuts.
And I hear it all the time.
And so that's where I've gotten better at being okay with the fact that it's not going to be perfect.
Right. It's never.
I've gotten better at being okay with the fact that it's going to have some hiccups. It's going to be whatever, and just roll with it.
Yeah.
That's why I've not rebranded, but I've emphasized the fact that Fancy's Unfiltered is unfiltered. It's raw. It is what it is,
Right.
because there's gonna be some fucking
Right.
and you're just gonna have to work with them and go with it. But what I have learned, especially going out and listening to y'all as recently as I have, and then learning about myself trying to do this, there's a lot of times that you can just roll with it and nobody's ever gonna
I
know.
notice. Yeah.
But if you can, that little part in your brain that as soon as you screw up, that wants to stop and go, oh, we gotta do it again.
Right. Just
If
keep rolling.
that little part of your brain can just say, shut up, and just move on with it, nobody else is going to.
That's
know.
hard for
Yeah.
me to do. But yeah.
Oh yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I know.
It is, yeah.
I know.
But at the end of the day, it's like I tell people all the time, man. Whenever I quit having fun doing it, I'll just quit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I just enjoy doing it. I enjoy seeing people sing. I enjoy being with the crowd. I mean, I just enjoy it. And if I ever quit enjoying it, I just won't do it anymore.
And so that's a good way to end all of this. This is 100% a product of, if this makes something, cool.
Right.
If it don't, whatever. because I have thoroughly enjoyed being able to find the time to get back to talking to people,
Right.
learning about people, meeting new people, seeing the awesome talent of the people playing the music and anybody and everybody. And I've got a couple this week with some business owners, anybody that's got the cojones to get out and do something on their own.
Yeah.
Right.
And then at some point, whether it's the fact that it allows them to leave their daytime job and work nonstop on their passion and make a living at it, or whether it's just the fact that it started out as a hobby or something on the side that ends up paying them a little extra something,
Right.
and you can go, look at this, it's awesome to
Yeah.
me to be able to just follow your passions, your dreams, and make something out of it, and not be scared to shoot for it, because for the longest, I'm in my 40s now, just now decided to go for something.
Oh yeah, I'm 45. Started doing 43.
Yeah.
Started doing it really.
Yeah. And so, is that because we had a midlife crisis, or is that just because we finally decided, you know what?
Tired.
Yeah.
Just got to a point in our lives
Yeah.
where we can do it. That was the best.
Well, yeah, my biggest motivation for this was I was, and it's stupid and it's funny all in the same motion. I was tired, but now I work
Yeah.
12 times as hard as I
Exactly.
did. But my biggest thing was I need to feel like I had gotten into the point in my daily life that I felt like I was useless. So at my current place, I feel like things that I was hired to do, I'm not allowed to do, or I'm not able to do. And the thoughts and everything that I have that was the reason that I got hired to do these things. If I'm handcuffed and I can't do anything, then I wake up in the morning and I go do my job, but I can't do my job. And then I know that what happens is a direct correlation of whether I do my job or not. It's just a vicious circle. And it finally hit me one day that I am the reason I'm miserable is because I have no ability to control the outcome of anything that happens,
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
yet I'm responsible for it.
Yeah.
Right.
And so I had kicked this idea around, and Curtis had said something about it two or three times, and then I watched this dude on a podcast, and he was saying, go for it, and if you, and the big thing that struck me was put it out there and have some accountability. So now anytime, like when we first started this, I said I was going to do an episode a week. Well, I did that to be my motivation and my accountability to, well, I told everybody, even though there may only be 4 of you at the moment when we
But
started.
he's still doing it.
Yeah, I put it out there and I said publicly, I'm going to do an episode a week. So it's awesome for people to finally get to the point to where they're at that point in their lives to where they go, I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
And when they get to the I'm going to do it phase and they go out and they have fun and that's cool and they make no money like me, that's cool.
Right.
But to see the people who got to that point and go, I'm going to do it, and now they're doing it
Yes.
and they're
Beyond.
able to pay their bills, or they're able to step away from a 60-hour a week job.
Right.
And that's awesome to me, because it's every kid's dream, I think, to grow up and do something that they truly love to do and make money out on it.
That's your passion.
Yeah. But life gets in the way and you
Yeah.
can't do that.
Yeah.
And so the people that have figured out how to do that and pay their bills, however many bills they got. If you got a buttload and you're able to pay a buttload, cool. If you've only got a few and you're able to pay a few, cool. But you're doing what you enjoy doing,
Right.
and you're able to do it. And that is it's absolutely fascinating to me, and that's why I'm doing this. So
Well, If it wasn't for insurance, man, I would just. That's my hang up. Health insurance.
Yep. Well, yeah, and then you get to the point sometimes where you end up letting that go back too. Cause, yeah. So anyway, I appreciate both of you stopping by. I'm glad that y'all were able to make it. Sorry that my cohort wasn't able to be here,
That's
but
all right.
it's all good. Y'all got anything else you want to talk about?
Come see us.
Yeah, come see us.
Yeah, we'll
have a party.
Y'all are out and about everywhere.
Yeah.
Just about.
I'm gonna try. I think this might actually be the first episode that I may not have a whole lot of editing to do. Yeah, we may be able. This is probably a little loud, so I may have to fix it. But it is what it is. So, if you haven't liked Fancy's Unfiltered, yeah, this is super loud. I'll have to fix this. Hold on. So if you haven't watched Fancy's Unfiltered up until this point, make sure you like, subscribe, share, comment. If you hadn't got out and about in the bars lately, Justin's out on a regular just about every day. What was the days you was out and about?
Monday nights we're at Drifters at Smith Lake Marina. Tuesdays and Wednesdays at the Valley Tavern, and Friday nights at the Grill at Trident Marina. You can check me out on Facebook, DJ JP. Everything I do, I put there. So,
real quick, before we leave, I found out when Justin was here the other day, Phil, that there is a KJ, a karaoke jockey.
Yeah.
I did not know that was a thing.
Yeah, apparently
DJ,
it is. Yeah.
I thought it was just DJs everywhere.
It's DJ, KJ, or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to limit myself to just being that, though.
No.
Just karaoke.
But I think DJ
majority of
sounds
what I do.
better than KJ, though.
I just didn't know it was a thing.
Yeah.
Sounds like somebody's initials, KJ.
Yeah. So now you know. Anyway, see y'all. Peace out.